Hello. How's everybody doing? I just figured I'd do another police report here. And I found the first one very, very ironic. Boy, howdy. This is the 19th, 1/19/2024. Suspicious person complaint or circumstance. Over there off 600 block of Steiner, you know, that Steiner area. 2 a.m. in the morning. Perfect time, right? Isn't that when it all starts? The witching hour. Reporting there is a subject outside with a ladder. The subject is roaming outside with it. Does it have a blue plastic step on the top? Just curious. Yeah. Just curious. That ladder, boy, I tell you what. Noise complaint, South Howard Street, Zipley building. There's that Zipley, man. That thing gets around. Zips around. Let's see. 341. Oh my goodness, complaining about the snowplow that scrapes the parking lot. Wants to talk to an officer. It is across the street from his house. No report. Does he want to get out in the morning, I wonder? Man, you should be lucky you get a snowplow, man. Some people just don't have to do it. I mean, like my grandmother says, man, to get to school, she rode her horse. She rode her cow. My grandma rode a cow to school. Bessie, I think her name was. I have a book on my grandma wrote a book, it's a little book thing, you know. She did it for like a little thing they did at one of their class reunions. It was pretty cute. Agency assistance. Ooh. King Road and Queen Road. Interesting. Water Department requesting law enforcement to contact the owner of a vehicle that is parked on top of a water main leak. Wow. I wonder if that, when they dropped the knife in there, if it just made it, you know, like stabbed it right there and just let it, you know, let the water fly, you know, like a fountain or something. I don't know. Geyser. Why, yada. Isn't that interesting? Water Department requesting Ellie to contact the owner of a vehicle that's parked on top of a water main leak. You know, you never know, you guys. Whatever was put down there that night, you never know. Could have just been down there long enough and just done something. I don't know. We'll never know. That's interesting, though. At King Road and Queen Road. That's really cool. Interesting. So now we've got a couple parking problems. Monroe Street and East 6th. Well, they must not be done with this report yet. It's too short. They don't get away with that over there. I'll add one to it. Okay, so South Monroe Street and East 6th. Caller advised of a vehicle that has been parked at a fire hydrant at this location since at least 1900 hours. What is going on, you guys? Something nefarious is going on, mark my words. Look it. Another one's parked on the wrong side of the road. Difficult for snowplow. They've got something set up. Betcha. Wait till we see what happens tomorrow. They're doing something. Yes, they are. Because this is their MO. I mean, they're like it's planned, you know, it's their thing. They make sure it's, when they say they needed it planned within a month ahead of time, is that what they said in that book? I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was. Well, that one was short and sweet. Let's do another one. Hold on. Okay, so it's the 19th. Let's get down here to the 18th. See what we got going on. Another start the date right off with a suspicious person circumstance. 2600 block of South Main Street. Reporting, it says like a little after midnight, reporting an unauthorized vehicle parked for about 4 to 5 hours. Officers responded, delivery service. Not recommended, no, just kidding. Citizen assist. West Pullman Road, that's Walmart over there. Reporting she hit a cement curb that broke her tire rod. Not drivable. Whoa. So her drive line or tire rod, like, that's kind of... I had a drive line. Oh my god, that was the weirdest thing I've ever in a car. I was driving my friends. I just got back from. I was out of state, and I came back. We were in Bellevue, and Bellevue of all places. We lived right on Lake Washington. These really nice apartments, and so, and it was. I mean, it was just crazy down there. Everybody's so rich, and she drove an orange old Nova. And I was driving her mom's big old blue van. Oh my gosh. And I remember telling her that there's something wrong. There's something not quite right with it. I didn't understand what was wrong with it. Because, I mean, I never had a feeling like that in a car before. And quite frankly, I'd never really driven like a big van like that. Even though, I mean, it was easy to drive. It's just I wasn't used to it. To what the feel was with it, right? So I'm driving, and I'm almost at the entrance of... Yarrow Bay Tennis and Lake Sailing Club, and something happened, and I didn't know what happened. It stopped me dead in my tracks. I mean, I could not go anywhere. And the drive line, it's lucky I wasn't going faster. I would have flipped that damn thing. Wow. I was like, what do you mean, what's a drive line? I didn't even know what a drive line was. Oh my gosh, yeah, crazy. Right there on the road, right there on Lake Washington Boulevard. I mean, it's like right there on a road that was where the Seahawks, their camp was down there. What are their training camps right there? Lake Washington, Yarrow Bay Tennis? No, shoot, I don't remember now. It's been so long, so long. Okay, so there's that. That's definitely not drivable. That's for sure. She had to hit that thing hard, man. Or else she's got one of those little toy cars, you know, those little ones that the Flintstones have. Those are probably pretty sturdy, actually, think about it. Oh, my cat is at it again. She wants to... What are you doing, girl? She's like, I want attention. I've been giving you so much attention. I've been just scratching her, loving on her, and she just can't get enough of it. Accident, hit and run. Oh, at the co-op. Hey, that's not cool, especially at the co-op. Reporting a cold hit and run in the parking. I've never heard of a cold hit before until reading these. It's interesting. Well, that means that cold hit him and then took off, I guess. Nobody contacted, nothing like that is what I'm thinking that is. Report was taken. It was while she was at work. That sucks. That really sucks. Oh my gosh. Coming out and seeing something like that and just having no clue who did it. And so we got a traffic hazard. Oh, I've been wanting to bring that up. Out there, and I don't know why. I got a hair in my mouth again. I've been petting her crazy. I'm vacuuming too, so I'm like, I gotta sit down for a minute and rest. Out by like the Sunset Mart, that area right there, their street lights, they're always having issues with those, like big time issues, like weird. Like, what? I mean, that is right by where the cop shop is. Why would they? Wouldn't that be like their main place where they would keep it, going? Like properly, like, maintenance and all that kind of stuff. I was wondering, man. I was wondering if there's maybe there's some kids out there learning their electrical, the deviant way. Maybe that's the ones that are stopping all the elevators and all that kind of stuff too. But yeah, I mean, it happens a lot. I mean, a lot. Like I mean, once or twice in maybe a year is probably a lot for around here. You just don't see that happen. And there, I'm telling you, it's a lot. I mean, I think I've read maybe at least 15 different ones of them. That. So there's a storm. Oh my God, you guys! What was I telling you? A storm grate missing from middle of road and causing vehicles to swerve around it. That's just basically a manhole, but not. I mean, it's, usually they're square. You went out there, and they're kind of a grate, so that keeps when the water rushes down and stuff like that, it catches the leaves and things like that, so they don't go down into the sewer to the pipes and stuff. But That's still like a manhole, whatever was put down there could be washed down to a grate, you know, depending on where it was. If it was downhill from it or whatever. I mean, it's a system down there. So, and I know there are different ones, or different pipes, or different things, but so I mean, someone would have to know that. But I just find that interesting. You know, we're gonna just mark my words. Remember, I told you, because they have a pattern. They definitely have a pattern. Officer responded, no report. Of course, there's no report. Stray animals, Brent Drive. Black male dog in the front yard. I have 4 dogs everywhere. Oh, dog has previously lunched at her and her dogs. No, that sucks. Man. Property damage, non-vandalism. Polk Street. States her neighbor towed one of their junk vehicles across her yard last night, possibly damaging her property. Officer contacted, no report. Wow. Make sure you do things under the cover of the moon. They do that well over there. Harassment. Ooh, poke. So the same. Ooh, they be getting in a fist fight and stuff. Whoa, Crested Cape, report taken. Yeah. So, the heat is on. Non-injury traffic accident. Oh, Van Buren Street and East First reporting a mirror ding accident. Oh, swapped info with the other party, and the other party left. At least they got that, no report. Domestic dispute, Baker Street. Ooh, officers and EMS responded. That had to be pretty bad. Ugh. Report taken, man. Missing person, Lily Street. Roommate is missing. Last seen Monday, 1:15. Officer responded. Subject located. Oh, wow. How'd they find her so quick? She's sleeping or something? An unconscious person. The Hope Center. Law and EMS responded. No report. See, this is exactly what's happening. It starts with like something nefarious where they're doing like messing with the grates, or they'll like push the dumpsters down in the middle of the road so they're in the way. They'll like park on the wrong side of the street. They'll telepaper somebody's house. They'll air gun people out the cars. Let's see. They'll slice tires. There's all sorts of things that they do. And it's a pattern. It is a pattern. And so what I've read on this, a different thing, I mean, I've been reading so much about all this stuff, but anyway, pretty much all of it has to do with hazing. So they set up something, and this is basically a color, like the quest that I read you guys before. So the quest is whatever they decide it to be. I don't know if they're all, I've only read that one, so I don't know if they're all, he's one in now? Where'd she go? I don't know if they're all called quests, or if that's just the one with the white cross is a quest, or if they're, you know, different names. I've tried not to really look into that book and just, you coming in? Oh. To just, you know, I want to be as surprised as you guys, actually. But so they all, like, there's different things that they have to do, like they're set out, and they give them like time. Some of them there's a bunch of different things during that particular hour or whatever time, like that night or whatever, and they give them a certain amount of time to do it, and they have to, you know, they have to end, you know, they have to do it. I mean, it's like one of the things that they do to get into this, to frats. It's, you know, it's one of the things they do. I mean, it's crazy, but so that's also it. And the girls do it too. In fact, there's one, oh, so crazy. They, so crazy. I can't even believe they do this. It was in, there's a website out there. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but, and I kind of just stumbled on it. I didn't even know what it was when I was looking at it. But it was all hazing deaths, and it, you know, listed guys and girls. And one of them, the girls, was what they normally do is they sleep deprivation, and then they make them exercise, so they're like weak, you know, and they don't, you know, they don't have the proper meals, just like at this dinner, the Black Supper, where they had a piece of bread and some water. Yeah, and kind of like that with the girls, but they also have them drinking a bunch of alcohol. And then what they do is they put them behind the wheel of a car and they want them to they want them to drift the car. You know, drifting is like that. You know, the Tokyo Drift, like those, who plays in those movies? The big muscly guy. Oh, his name's on the tip of my tongue. What's his name? Darn it. I keep wanting to say Drake. I know it's not Drake. Anyway, so Vin Diesel, is that who it is? Maybe that's it. Okay. So they do that. And anyway, one of the things recorded in there, one of the deaths, it was 2 deaths. It was 2 sorority girls head on with each other. Yeah. And that's what they were doing. It was a hazing. It was a sorority hazing. I mean, that's nuts. You think about just getting behind the wheel if you're drunk, one thing, but when you haven't slept, you haven't eaten, you've exercised your brains out, you're mentally just broken down, you know, with what they do, and then you're supposed to get behind the wheel. I mean, and they that is so childish, in my opinion. It is so stupid. I mean, I know growing up, come on, we all did it. We all think we're invincible. We got that, you know, we got those times, you know, teenagers, we think we know everything at certain ages, you know, all that kind of stuff. But that right there is just plain stupid. I mean, it just really is. I mean, that's a death wish. I mean, do they give them drifting classes before they put them in a car to do that? I mean, are they drifter cars? Some cars are, you know, I mean, they have a certain thing about it, like they're, you know, their body style and lowered, and they have like probably like hydraulics in them and stuff like that. And I mean, can you imagine? Oh my gosh, I just think that's just so. And the fact that they let this continue to happen, knowing full well that it's happening. I mean, they can't not know. I mean, no. I mean, if we know all the way across the country, they got to know when it's right in front of their faces. Especially when they have gowns too, or robes. I like to call them gowns. Okay, let's get back to this report. So that unconscious person, yeah, more than likely. Communication problem, 400 block of Troy Road. Abandoned 911 on callback advised accidental, okay. Officer responded, no report. VIN number, okay, that's Mountain View Road out there. Requesting VIN on a trailer, okay. Accidental hit and run, Gormley Park. Said that another vehicle slid into her car without leaving a note or anything. Report taken. So this is exactly it too. You'll see a lot. My chair's getting squeakier and squeakier, but I love this chair. It's a spinning chair, and I love to spin it. She likes to spin it too. She gets on it, she'll run and jump on it, and just whiz herself around in this chair. It is the most hilarious thing. She holds that, and she's looking at me. She's like, she likes it, huh? She likes it. See, that's a girl likes it. So, a lot of car accidents, like they do like side swipes. They'll do like the mirror thing. I should have put that 2 and 2 together on that one. 1 and 1, 2 and 2. How does that work? It all adds up the same, huh? Well, not the same, but you know, the same way. Yeah, it's getting late. I'm getting a little tired. So, yeah, we're gonna see a lot of these just weird stuff. I mean, they'll rip off windshield wipers. One of the ones the other day, what was that? They cut their brake line. Man, talk about deadly, cutting someone's brake line. I mean, that's the part I don't get, you guys, is it's so dangerous what they're doing. I mean, unless there's some person around that's doing all this on their own, no, it's not. It could be because it's a pattern. I mean, this happens every year. Like it's same time last year, they were doing the same thing. Crazy. Wow. Theft of an automobile. This has been picking up too. Thefts of the cars have been really picking up. 100 block of Adams Street. So that's does not know where her vehicle. Okay. Officer contacted. RP advised of locating the vehicle. No report. What a weird report. Huh. Abnormal behavior, 800 block of South Line Street. Reporting an employee was recently terminated and has been giving him threats. Officer contacted, no report. So this right here, I think is at that Jack's Diner or something like that. Because this has been going on. I mean, I just did the one report and it was 2 days that, like, he had fired her, and then he had said something about called and gave a report that she threatened him or something like that. And then, of course, the next day he called again. There's 2 reports. I bet you this is him. And it has given him. Does it say she on here? No, it doesn't say she. Man, it was a chick. Yeah, I'm like, whoa. So vehicle prowl stadium. Oh, man, you people just went in there and just prowled around. Non-injury traffic accident on Warbonut Drive and Pullman Road. 2 vehicle accident. No injuries. Vehicle slid into RP's vehicle while she was stopped. Occurred 3 hours ago. They were drifting. I can't believe I just said that about drifting, and now, I mean, slid into it. So you'll see those, like, when it's, this is just nuts. I can't believe these kids. I mean, we used to do that when we had a humongous parking lot, but no cars in it, or in a big, huge field. We didn't do it like places where they're doing it. I mean, there was no cars around to even slide into, or anything. And that's when it's fun, when you can just, have fun and not worry about it. Welfare check, West Pullman Road and North Line Street. Male walking in the eastbound lane dressed in all black. RP no longer in the area, wearing a backpack. Officer responded, no report. Boy, that sounds familiar, doesn't it? Controlled substance, 1200 block of West Pullman. Man. Line Street just had something else in it. What was that other thing on Line Street? That was the abnormal behavior, yep. That was a terminated guy. Huh. Well, the other one was a girl, so maybe, I don't know, maybe it's different. I don't remember it being on Line Street. I think it was more downtown, I think, kind of like where the corner club and stuff is. So, slid into, okay, the black backpack, controlled substance, Pullman Road, requested case report taken. So, maybe they stopped this guy, found him, because that's where he was right there. Right there. Noise complaint, 200 block of Lathan Street. RP states that neighbor is making noise, loud music, heavy bass. Also states that he sings like wild animals making noises. There might be wild animals in there. It might not be him. That's, oh my goodness. Oh my God! I read across some police reports the other day, you guys. Oh my gosh! I started reading them, and because I had them saved for a reason, and I'm sure I probably did the report. I just didn't. Delete them. Sometimes I forget. And it was, I don't know. You know what? I need to double check and make sure I even did that one. Oh my gosh. It was the craziest few days. I mean, you could tell something was definitely going on. I mean, there was some gnarly crap going on. I mean, people finding deer guts, they would say, in there all over the place. And I mean, just one thing after another. It was just nuts. Like, reading it, I felt crazy a little bit, Yeah, one of those reports. So, the Grove Apartments again, parking problem. That's been in the news a little bit. Vehicle continuously parked in handicap without its sticker. Same thing on there. People. Welfare check, Ashbury Street. Concern for her daughter has not answered text, phone calls, or messenger calls. That's not good. Get a hold of her. And Ashbury is kind of I think it's kind of a little sketchy, I think, down there. That's where Ashbury and, well, you guys know, I tell you every time, Almond. We got a suspicious person over there on Taylor Avenue. Complaint of things being thrown around. No angry yelling or anything, but didn't sound normal. Ooh. Maybe it's a Sasquatch. Citizen assist, 200 block of East Palouse River Drive. I mean, they're all the same area every time, you guys. I mean, every time. RP got stuck in the snow. Her father came to help and also got stuck. Boy, has that ever happened to you guys? Oh my gosh. We went snowmobiling one time, and we knew it was going to snow, but we didn't know how bad it was going to snow. And we would go snowmobiling all the time. Well, one of our other friends drove up, and I mean, we helped state patrol get out because it was that. I mean, it was hilarious. But anyway, driving home, I drove with the friend, and golly, the snow was so wet and so heavy. We're coming over Snoqualmie Pass, coming down there from the top, and I mean, we didn't even get a snowmobile. That's how bad it was. We literally had to get in there and beat feed it back home, because if not, we would never. I mean, we'd have been up there for. I'm trying to remember how long that lasted. It lasted a long time. I mean, at least a good 2-3 weeks. Oh God, they're miserable. But so anyway, I'm driving with Jim, and his windshield. He's got a big old, herky, big old nice truck. I mean, company truck and everything. The windshield wiper broke. Like, it just snapped off because the snow was so freaking heavy and wet. And so half the time, the things you do when you're young, I was leaning out the window, wiping the snow off the window. I mean, he had a hold of me. I mean, it wasn't going to hurt me or anything like that. I mean, for sure. But it was still very crazy because it was a whiteout. I mean, we couldn't see anything, but we couldn't stop. And that was the whole point, is we could not, if we stopped, we wouldn't have started back up again. I mean, it was that heavy. It's crazy. And that's kind of snow like ours here. So it, like, when it does that, it's not the fluffy white that just packs down and you can drive on it, no big deal. It just crunches under your tires. Well, not here. Like, it'll snow, and then it'll get, a little bit warmer, and it'll melt, like the top part of it or underneath it or whatever. And then the next night, it's going into it, it'll freeze. So you've got this layer of ice over the snow that possibly is wet underneath it. More than likely it is a little bit. And you've got black ice. You can't see it. I mean, it's just like normal road. And man, you hit that stuff and you don't even know. I mean, it is so quick and so crazy. And people are always saying, oh, they don't know how to drive over there. I like to see them come drive. I mean, I learned how to drive in Alaska. So that packed down snow is easy. Out here, though, crazy. Crazy. So these guys are just sliding into each other. It must have snowed good there the other day then. Well, it snowed everywhere, man. I mean, we got a little teeny bit, not very much. We haven't got hardly any this year. Noise complaint, 100 block of East 4th. Can hear loud stomping and yelling going on for about 2 hours. So Police River and 4th, they're not too close. They're not that close together. I was going to say maybe it's a, party they bounce back and forth from, but nope. Suspicious person, Dutch Brothers. Vehicle parked for about 2 hours near the shed and employee vehicles. Can see that it's occupied. Officer responded, no report. Things like this, especially when Kaylee used to work at the Dutch Brothers, right? And right behind Dutch Brothers is the Hunga Dunga Brewery, which is where Ethan was the night when they had the Betty's Ball. So that's where he was prior to getting back to the King House, right? And it's right behind it. And they had something happen there too. Like, they had like a drug bust or something or other. I don't remember exactly what day it was. It was maybe a couple days. It wasn't that day, I don't think, but it was like a few days before or a few days after, something like that. But or it got broken. Something happened. I think it was drugs, though, if I remember right. But when I see things like this, when it's like that time and you can see what they're doing, like the little little things they do, little sneaky things. It's like they're just wrecking things. It's like a little kid who just gets a new toy and just stomps on it. I mean, it's like this is how they're just reckless. I mean, it's like, do they have like all this pent up anger or something? What is it? I don't know. But anyway, so this is all kind of like, it's all right there. You've got any day of the week you can find this. It's kind of how I feel now. But no, there's a little bit more in here that's kind of, you're kind of seeing it. Okay, I'm going to stop this one and do the next one because I don't know how much room I have on here. Hopefully this one actually made it on here. Okay, well, I will talk to you in a little while. Ta-cha!